is somewhere that is really, really close to my heart. 24 years as a police officer, 18 of those served here in Harlow, and I started here in 1991 as a special constable for 3 years, and it's still a place that I have a real passion for. And again, I thank you as the Commander from the bottom of my heart for what you do on a daily basis for the communities of Harlow. I think it's a fantastic place to work, and what you do on a daily basis is top notch. So on that note, we'll get on to the certificates and acknowledgements. Okay, so Colin, if you'd like to come forward and onto the first of all. Colin Freeman of Neighbourhood Watch. Colin, the command team wish to mention that in recognition for the dedication, commitment and professionalism you have demonstrated in coaching your fellow EWLOs and for supporting them for over the last 10 years, together with your continued support for the communities of Essex wider. And we thank you for that commitment and your contribution to protecting and serving Essex. Thank you. Currently from Operation Halfback, we wish to mention, Jamie, for your determination, resolve, innovation for the pursuit of high-risk domestic abuse suspects. You worked with other agencies and other false areas to locate this man who presented a constant danger to his ex-partner and child. The result of his arrest and subsequent detention by the Immigration Service. Also for the numerous other arrests for domestic abuse suspects that resulted in swifter justice and better safeguarding for victims. Your work has meant that the LPA leads the force in this area. We thank you for your commitment and protecting others. Thank you. The command team wishes to mention for your swift and professional response to the report of a missing person who was at a high risk of causing herself harm. Your management of the incident and intuition of fast-track inquiries, which quickly moved to the Metropolitan Police District, led to her being found safe and well. The reassurance provided throughout this and the successful result was a huge comfort to our family. We thank you for your commitment and protecting the people of Essex. Thank you very much. As a command team, we wish to mention yourself for assisting in saving the life of a victim of an acid attack. Greg and his colleagues attended Arriva bus depot where a male who had been a victim of an acid attack had put his arm through the window and suffered a severe trauma to his own arm. Tourniquets were applied and dialogue maintained with the victim until the helimed doctor arrived on the scene. The doctor stated that these actions probably saved his life. We thank you for your commitment and protecting the people of Essex. Thank you. As a command team, we would like to mention regarding your tenacity and bravery when you identified, pursued and arrested a violent man suspected of grievous bodily harm with intent. You knew you was acting alone when tackling this male who presented an immediate threat to both you and the victim. The dark location where you confronted him increased the danger to yourself, but you was able to detain and control him until colleagues arrived to assist. Without your swift and determined actions, he would have escaped. We thank you for your commitment and protecting the people of Essex. Thank you. 4.5 years custodial sentence, an effective and professional officer. We thank you for your continued commitment and protecting the people of Essex. Thank you. As a command team, we wish to mention you for your diligent inquiries and excellent file submission in respect of the defendant found guilty of coercive and controlling behaviour. You overcame significant evidential and procedural hurdles in order to present a compelling case to the magistrate's court. This case was held as an example of best practice across the entire Essex Police District. We thank you for your commitment and contribution to protecting the people of Essex. Thank you, James. Ryan Burgess, are you here? The command team wish to mention, Neil, you for your professional submission of evidence resulting in Harlow's first criminal behaviour order being issued. The subject of the order is one of Harlow's most persistent problems of the community and the police. Your diligence and fortitude in overcoming evidential and procedural hurdles has hugely benefited the people of Harlow. We thank you for your commitment and protecting the people of Essex. Emma Stevens? Oh, yeah. Okay, the command team, Emma, wish to mention for you and your colleagues' swift and decisive actions following a collision between an elderly female and a pedal cyclist in Harlow town centre. The lady was seriously injured and the unknown cyclist had callously left the scene. Such was the manner of his riding that he was wanted for criminal actions. You quickly identified the rider from CCTV footage of the incident and then with the assistance of CCTV located him the next day, leading to his arrest. We thank you for your commitment and protecting the people of Essex. Thank you very much. The command team wish to mention, Dean, for you and your colleagues' determined and proactive approach to arresting outstanding suspects within the West local policing area. Many of these persons were deliberately avoiding contact with the police or were prepared to use violence to evade their arrest. You provided substantial support to the uniform and detective colleagues whilst making the community safer and more reassured by bringing suspects to justice. We thank you for your commitment and protecting Essex. Of benefit to the community, people that step forward to help others who are too frightened or too scared sometimes to report crime or to even have the confidence that the police will investigate. As a result of an initiative that's come across the country that Essex Police leads on in relation to the hate incident reporting centres, I'd like to ask Megan Napier to come forward as qualified in relation to being able to assist us there. Megan? So Megan has completed all of the relevant training and assessment and is hereby accredited as an independent hate crime ambassador. Thank you for doing that. Both of these are exactly the same, so I'll read these through for both of these gents. As a command team, we wish to mention that both of you, for saving the life of a stabbed victim, Alan and his colleague, vice versa, were the first on scene to a reported stabbing. Upon arrival, the male had stopped breathing. Whilst his colleague commenced chest compressions, Alan put in a request for a defibrillator and then assisted with the CPR. The male made a full recovery and the rest of the team ensured that the two suspects were promptly arrested. And again, that's the same. Again, exactly what I was talking about, stuff that you all turn out on a daily basis to. And in relation to both of you, thank you very much for what you've done. So Alan, there's yours first. That is our response to domestic violence. So if I could have Sam, Sarah and Janet, please. I'll just read from Sam's first of all. Thank you. Okay, and they'll repeat the same. As a command team, we wish to mention you all for your commitment and determination in getting the right result for a victim. Being unhappy with initial statements provided by the victim, you was convinced that a better result could be sought at court. You took a second statement and talked for some time to the CPS lawyers to aid in the case. Thanks to you all for your experience and professionalism, a charge of kidnap and assault was obtained. We thank you all for your continued commitment and contribution towards protecting and serving Essex. Sam? The command team wish to mention you, John, for your determined and professional response to the report of a missing girl who was at high risk of immediate harm. Your fast-moving inquiries with her friends utilised the mobile phone cell site analysis and excellent use of intelligence led you to her location. Once she was taken to a place of safety, it became clear she had been a victim of a serious crime. Your actions prevented further harm and gave great comfort to her parents. We thank you for your commitment and protecting the people of Essex. Again, this is in relation to cyclists, but it's important for me that I read that out to you and for the team. The command team wish to mention you with your colleagues for the swift and decisive actions following a collision between an elderly lady and pedal cyclist in Harlow town centre. The lady, as we know, was seriously injured and the unknown cyclist had callously left the scene. Such was the manner of his riding that he was wanted for criminal actions. You quickly identified the rider from CCTV footage of the incident and then, with the assistance of CCTV, located him the next day, leading to his arrest. We thank you for your commitment and protecting the people of Essex. Great delegation. Command team, we wish to mention you for your determination, resolve and innovation in pursuit of a high-risk domestic abuse suspect. You worked with other agencies and in other false areas to locate this man, who presented a constant danger to his ex-partner and child. The result of his arrest was a subsequent detention by Her Majesty's Immigration Service. Also for the numerous other arrests of domestic abuse suspects that have resulted in swifter justice, better safeguarding for victims. Your work has meant that the West local policing area leads the force in this area. We thank you for your commitment and for protecting the people of Essex. Thank you very much. Again to the last two frame certificates, which are in relation to team awards. Now, whilst it's really important that we acknowledge individuals for what they do on a daily basis, it's really important and welcome by us on the command team when we receive team awards, because whilst you work on your own a lot of the time, a lot of the good work and some of the safeguarding that's done and the responding to emergency incidents can only operate as you work within your teams. So the next certificate is in relation to the Harlow Juno domestic abuse team. So all members of that team present, if you'd like to come up, please. Okay, thank you. As a team, the command team wish to mention you all for your excellent all-round team effort dealing with a really nasty incident where a violent, drug-induced male savagely attacked his parents and caused extensive damage to their home before proceeding to randomly assault members of the public in Epping's quiet streets. The team handled the standoff back at his parents' house with great resilience despite numerous items being thrown at them from the house. In assistance, PC Barron from Harlow LPT maintained a dialogue with the suspect for a lengthy period, and he was eventually arrested with minimal injuries to everyone involved. The suspect that you all assisted to deal with was charged with 13 offences. We thank you for your continued commitment and keeping the people of Essex safe. So Sam, if I could get you to take this on behalf of the team. Thank you very much. Great team. If I could ask for the team members of Harlow Community Policing Team to join me, please. Now again, for me, having been a beat bobby here in Harlow for just over 3 years and a sergeant here at Harlow on the community team, I know all too well of what the sometimes unseen effort that goes on from the team, both from police staff members that assist the team in terms of the PCSOs, our colleagues from Special Constabulary that assist us on a weekly basis, and the police officers on the team. It isn't about individuals, it's about all three of those areas working together, and especially of course now as well the new additions of our police cadets. And this certificate brings all of that together for me in what that is. So the command team wish to mention the West LPA community policing team at Harlow for rising to some challenging incidents whilst dealing with business as usual. Following the tragic homicide last year in the Stowe, a 12-week plan was set up to tackle antisocial behaviour as well as to inform and reassure the local community. Cops with Coffee had been successful in Stapletide previously, building a better rapport through active engagement. A dispersal order was issued at the skateboard park so that those using it could do so safely and without fear of violence. An operation was put in place in partnership with the Community Safety Partnership team to tackle nuisance motorcycles, off-road issues, and to use a drone that is also being currently explored to assist you. The licensing officer, Jenny McCallum, received her first Regional Pub Watch Award for her outstanding contribution working as part of the team. The command team wish to thank you all for your continued commitment and contribution towards protecting and serving the people of Essex, and in particular the community of Harlow. Thank you very much. Who would like to take a certificate? Chris? Volunteer? One to begin with, but again it's really important that individual actions are recognised, and we always have a debate with some of these certificates that, depending on where people place them, how we actually use the wording, but it's always important that we capture that moment, certainly for our recognition. So Simon, the command team, would like to mention you for assisting in the saving of the life of a victim of an acid attack. Simon and his colleagues attended the Arriva bus depot where a male who had been a victim of an acid attack put his arm through the window and had suffered severe trauma to his arm. Despite only being in his first few weeks of tutoring, Simon applied a tourniquet and kept the wound as sterile as possible. The wound was so severe that Simon was covered in the blood of the victim. A dialogue was maintained with the victim until the heli-med doctor arrived. The doctor stated that these actions probably saved his life. We thank you for your commitment and protecting Essex, and we know that there's nothing like that anyone would join. It's about saving life and protecting the community, and to do so in the early weeks of tutoring, fantastic actions. Thank you for what you did, Simon. A little bite through is again a big thank you to everyone. All of those words were real sincere. We couldn't do anything in this town without what you do on a daily, weekly basis, so a big thank you. Like to thank the Royal British Legion for providing this venue.